Hi, I'm Meredith, and I'm the founder of Le Shile. We work specifically with founders of creative studios and agencies and creative freelancers to help them with the strategic, financial, and operational side of their business. So we tend to use a lot of different cash flow forecasting tools at the foundation of our work. And I wanted to use this time to orient you to some of the more simplified tools that we've created so that you're able to purchase them at a lower rate and really, create your own copy and customize it for yourself and your own business. So this here is your cash flow and forecasting tool. In order to make your own copy, you go up here to File, make your own copy, name it something snazzy for yourself. And then this page here is really just a good instruction guide on how to use it. If you're watching this video, you can probably delete this by just either hiding it or deleting the page altogether. But this can give you a really good understanding as to what you really need to do in order to touch up the tool to customize it for yourself. This page here is your cover page. It really gives you, a good understanding from a high level what's going on with your business from a numbers perspective. So we can leverage this tool here to really understand what goals we should be setting for ourselves and also understand where we're at as it relates to those quarterly goals and an annual goal as well. Everything is color coded. I know, for example, I am very visual and need some good visuals in order to kind of understand things. And I certainly know that my more creative right-brained friends are certainly very visual as well. So we really make sure to make this as visually friendly as possible. Even though it's numbers, we try to make it as easy to use and easy on the eyes. This page goes deeper into each month, each client, and what is going on from a revenue standpoint each month as well as an expenses standpoint. So I'll just quickly walk through this. Up here towards the top, you're seeing a more condensed version of all of the top level calculations. So if you needed to kind of understand where am I at for September, you fully know I'm making 7,500 in revenue. I'm spending roughly 2,500, so therefore I'm profiting roughly 5,000. And what we're able to do, and I can kind of walk you through how I would use this and mock it up for yourself. But one thing that I would want to note is that within the tool itself, if you make a copy with comments, you're able to then understand certain definitions that I've included here for you. So totally understandable if you don't necessarily have the best understanding of each financial definition of certain terms. So wanted to just make it simple for you and keep everything here for you. If we scroll down here, we have a more granular view as to what your expenses are. Definitely recommend to, really spend some good core time on making sure that this is completely accurate, because then you can come to this tool as a source of truth and with data that's rooted in truth, and therefore you're able to really work from it and just have a foundation for how you can make certain decisions. Can you hire that new subcontractor? Can you raise your payroll, etc. I've just kind of put in some example expenses here, certain subscriptions, your paycheck, a CPA, designer. Let's say, in May you decided to hire a a project manager, and that was 2,300, let's say, and that lasted until November. So your total, the subtotal of all of your payroll and paychecks is down here, similar to every other expense. And then up here, what we're seeing is that all of those totals in each of these cells. So all of the revenue here is calculated and added up to a total. All of the expenses from the chart below are calculated up and recorded here. And then this net profit means all of the revenue and income that is left over after you've spent all the money on your expenses. So what revenue is left over after spending money on expenses? And so right here, what you'll see is, and what I tend to like to orient my clients to, is really focusing in on the expenses that they're spending per month, to then use that as a baseline of what they need to be making per month in order to stay profitable and survive as a business. As you can see here, throughout the year, the expenses are really growing and then kind of tapering off a little bit as the year ends. So if that's a trend on an annual basis, how can you really figure out how to get ahead of that before you're in trouble? A little example, let's say, a client six's name is Tammy. And we started working with Tammy in April. So the rate was $27.50, and we worked with Tammy until October. And so you'll see all of this revenue here it just auto-populates, and it allows you to see everything. If we were to then come to your cover page, you also can see, the amount of money that you're making on a monthly basis. So, I won't go into too much depth here, but if we were to kind of give a bit of a better understanding or a better goal setting standpoint, maybe in Q1 it's $10,000, and in Q2 it's $30,000, and then in Q3 and Q4 we're going to go a little bit higher to 40,000. And once you are getting to higher numbers, so let's say you had a $10,000 contract for 3 months, you then see how that impacts you here. We also include a pipeline so that you can really have everything all in one place: your revenue, your expenses, as well as your profit and your pipeline. We follow each lead through the sale cycle, and you're really able to make sure that all of this information is recorded, so that then should you need to come back to it, you can. I personally think the most important things to really keep track of are obviously the company contact name, their website, the status of the lead, to really keep you on your game. And then in addition to that, the original lead date, to kind of just keep you organized, and next steps. So you can really just keep yourself accountable. All of the other pages, all the other tabs down here, pretty much a duplicate of the pages and the tabs that I just shared with you. So I won't go through them. The one thing that I would absolutely recommend is that when you're filling out your expenses in the earlier year, so in this case 2022, then what you would want to do is just make sure that those expenses are really, really, down pat. And then if there's anything that rolls over, subscriptions, whatever it might be, then you can bring that, you can just go in here, copy, and then go over to the next year, 2023, paste. So then it's just super simple. I'll quickly give you an orientation to our more simplified P&L tool, and to give you just a better understanding as to the other offerings that we've got. This tool I would recommend for people who are just starting out. They're really just trying to keep themselves organized, keep them up to date on everything that's going on in their business. You can use this to set goals for yourself, and also again, similar to the other tool, it really gives you a good understanding as to what your revenue is, what your projected revenue is, as well as your profit based on all of the expenses that you've got. And again, a little bit more of a simple tool to kind of just allow you to keep yourself organized. This is the revenue page, and this is your expenses page, which gives you a little bit more information on what you're spending your money on. Always feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. We're more than happy to help. And you can reach out to us at hello@lecheile.co. And that's hello at LECHEILE.co.